What's up, wrestling fans? It's Joe Cronin. This is an afternoon. A little bit of a clip here. We'll play it. It's going to be about RYBACK. You know, we've talked. It's weird that we've been talking about the beef with me and Cornette, and that's come up, and now the thing with RYBACK has come up as well. Now, I said this the other day. I know a lot of you. Most of you don't give a crap about any of this stuff, but I said this throughout the last couple of weeks. First of all, RYBACK is being trolled massively by like a huge troll group of people, and it's pretty funny, like, because he has no clue about any of this stuff. He's just taking calls, and he's like, yeah, who's this? Like, he doesn't even realize that there's a big group of people all working together to call and to say things in his chat. He doesn't know any of this stuff. So maybe this stuff is real. I don't know. Apparently, there was a Stalker fan or somebody, we've talked about this, and I said that, you know, I don't believe it's real. I think this is like a GTS storyline, and I'm going to further explain why I think it's like a storyline and I don't think it's real, because I just don't get that vibe from the videos I see of him. You know, when he says things like this guy called his show and was threatening him, and he's yelling at this guy, and they're yelling back and forth, and I almost think, like, this is a work, right? You know, and listen, if it's not a work, I do listen. I believe it could be real because this happens to me. This is well documented that this stuff happens to me, and this stuff has happened to so many people involved in my show over the years. Right? We've had, you know, Tommy swatted, Bullfrog swatted, this guy swatted, that guy swatted, everybody swatted, people's houses, people's schools, people's jobs, all kinds of crazy stuff has gone on, right? But that the FBI is aware of it. And it's almost like, see, this is why I think it's a work, because, dude, how come every time I've ever been involved in something, then it happens to RYBACK, right? So I'm doing the supplements and I'm throwing them over my back. All of a sudden, the next couple of days, RYBACK starts doing the video where he throws the supplements over his back. And we have the video dated when I did that. There's no video of RYBACK ever doing that before that. So it's like weird that, like, I do that, then a couple of weeks later he does that. It's just very bizarre. And now this is like a storyline. This is exactly the situation that I dealt with years ago. I mean, I always deal with it, and it still happens to a lot of different people, and things happen everywhere. But so, like, I'm trying to figure out, is this just now happening to RYBACK? Is this the same troll people that have attacked everybody over the years? Now they're doing it to RYBACK, and that's why it seems so familiar. And if that's the case, then RYBACK should want to talk to the Boston FBI because they've got, you know what I mean, and so many other people because they're way ahead of the situation. But if it's not a storyline, then it's really going on. I mean, okay, you know what I mean? I will admit, listen, if this guy gets arrested and he really gets in trouble, I offer the olive branch to RYBACK. I will advertise whatever supplements and whatever RYBACK has to advertise. I will advertise it on every single one of my shows for a year if this guy is arrested. If I see that this guy is actually really arrested, I call the police station and I ask them, and they confirm, and I find the news report, and I find the arrest record, and he is arrested for this, for stalking and attacking RYBACK. I will advertise him for a year. You know what I mean? On my show. Because I'm not out here to try to be some vindictive person saying that RYBACK's a liar about something so sick and dastardly as this. No. I just really thought, no, this is a storyline. Come on. But it did happen to me, so I had people that said I was lying about it. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought I was lying about it until it happened to them. Or it happened to someone they knew, and then they were like, oh, maybe it's not, maybe this is real. So, and if that's the case, then you're never going to catch this guy, first of all. So even if it is the real guy, you're right now, you're not going to catch him. They're overseas right now, and the police departments don't care enough yet. You know what I mean? Until somebody dies. When somebody dies, then maybe they'll care. Let's listen to the clip today. RYBACK called me trash. So let's hear about this.
No, go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about, so go ahead.
Okay, so last night, I was watching the great Joe Cronin.
Okay.
And he was, throwing some allegations or accusations saying that.
By the way, the guy calling him is a listener of me of like years and years and years. and he's a guy that has done many crazy things over the years. Great call, by the way. Totally gaslighting and playing Ryback here, but Ryback has no clue. Like, look at the look on Ryback's face. He looks like Joe Biden. He's like, "What? I don't know what's going on." Yeah, you don't know what's going on. You're literally like you're talking to like somebody who's like been a big listener. It's just funny. He has no idea, bro. He's like, "What?" So he's being gaslit here.
This is all, a play, or, this is a storyline with you and Chase. And I just wanted to see your take on that.
I mean, people like that don't matter, though. I think that would be, I'll be the first one to say and I'll tell you this firsthand. If I do that, you guys can have all the right in the world to try to cancel me.
Well, people try to cancel you whether they have a right or not have a right. They don't care. So that's the first mistake there, is they don't care. People don't care if they have the right. But I understand what he's saying. This is what started making me think, oh, maybe this is not a work. Maybe he really is going through this and he's just dealing with it in a crazy way right out in the public, I guess. I'm not sure.
Correct.
So I think that would be, if you think I would talk about my mother and my dogs and my family
and he's got a point. Like, these people attack your family, your mother. They attack my children. They've attacked all 3 of my children. Ryback, if you're listening to this, I get it. They've attacked my kids. They've gone to people like you to try to get you angry at me more, to see if they could get more harm done on people. I don't want any harm done on this. And if this guy is actually attacking Ryback's mother, bro, like, in his dog, like, what the fuck, bro? And I think Ryback just lost his dog. I just lost my dog in October last year. That's why I haven't even mentioned that. I saw some people making jokes, and I didn't even go there because that's sad, bro. This poor guy lost his dog. It was sad. He put out a video on it. I put out videos on me losing my dog. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put out something on that. That's terrible. You know what I mean? I kind of like Ryback. I think he totally misunderstands me, and I think I'm a cunt, you know what I mean? So I sort of get why he don't like me, but I'm just saying I thought it sounds like the way he's treating this is a work.
Friends. I think that just shows what kind of human being that is. He is trash as trash comes, man. And it's not like, what else is there to say about that?
I'd assume maybe he wants to start a storyline with you, perhaps.
I don't think he's never going to have any involvement. I think we can move on from, like, I can just tell you, like, that's anybody that tries to make that think that is what is going on with this. I mean, that's desperate for clicks and views on your own end if you're doing that.
No, desperate for clicks and views would have been like, fight me Ryback or something. I don't know.
He's probably doing it the wrong way, I'd say.
Well, I think to even try to mention that, like, I'm telling you guys firsthand.
See, to question anything, Ryback doesn't want you to question anything. He goes, even to say that, to think that, or to question that. He's like the Joe Biden party. He's like, you're not allowed to question anything, that it could be a work. It might not be real. Like, wow. But I get Ryback's frustration because I have had this actually happen to me, and I have literally had to be like I've been frustrated. Like, dude, people think I'm lying. What the fuck would I lie about this for? So that's what makes me think, maybe he really is being stalked, and this guy Chase is real, and this is a real thing. Even though, I just find the way he's going about it is weird. Like, listen to this clip of what he said about Chase. Listen to this.
Because they have access to things. I want you to understand this, but that's besides the point. And when this is just going to add to it, you're going to crack already for being mentally weak when you go to prison. Already know that. The first week, you're done. When those fucking inmates, you listen to me, when those fucking inmates find out the threats, a lot of people love me, by the way, Chase. A lot of guys, a lot of fucking fathers, older people love the big guy Ryback. I want you to understand this, but that's besides the point. And when this is just going to add to it, when they find out the things that you said, and they will know exactly what you said because they have access to things in there and they'll be able to hear it. And I'm going to find out what prison you're at, and I'm going to make sure they fucking hear it if they don't on their own. The things you said about my mother and women in general, and your feelings on women in general, on dogs, the things that you're going to do to harmless dogs and torturing them, little dogs at that. What do you think's going to happen to your sorry ass when those inmates realize that you are a whole other level of piece of shit?
I mean, guys, is this not hilarious? Bro, Ryback is saying that when this alleged stalker, threatening guy who says crazy shit, goes to jail, Ryback is going to send inmates in that jail clips of him threatening women and attacking dogs. And in jail, criminal men love Ryback. So they will hurt and tear the asshole open of Chase because Ryback is going to send them clips of, they might be murderers, they might be crazy criminals who are nuts, who have done crazy things, they might be rapists, people that raped women, people that abused animals, they're all in jail, but he's going to send those people clips of a dork saying these things, and that's going to do something. Like, how do you not see how funny this is? Like, that this could not be real. And if this is real, how does Ryback not see that this is hilarious? And this is why I don't think this is real. Like, you are like what do you? I'm gonna tell the inmates in the jail. I'm gonna find out where you are. So, and by the way, now if the guy gets assaulted and hurt, now the guy has a criminal case against Ryback because Ryback gaslit and leaked all these things. Attempting to get the guy hurt in prison. And now there's a video document of Ryback saying that he's going to reach out to criminal inmates that are in the same jail as the guy, and he's going to try to tell them, like, to basically hurt this guy. So now if they assault Chase in jail, Chase can now sue Ryback. So now Chase can sue Ryback, and there's a video documentation of Ryback saying he's basically going to do all he can to get the guy abused and injured in prison. This could be used as evidence in court. So Ryback would be a fucking idiot. So either Ryback is an idiot, I don't know. But then again, he did this to Pat Buck, right? Pat Buck, I'm going to get you fired from the WWE, and personally, I'm going to get you fired. So guess what? If the WWE releases Pat Buck for any weird reason, or they start to act weird towards him, Pat Buck can say, oh my God, did Ryback get through to the guy? He said he was going to get me fired. I'm going to have this investigated. I'm going to sue WWE for wrongful termination, and maybe even Ryback for slander, for saying that I wrestle old men sexually and I'm a terrible person. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all, I don't like legal stuff. I never want to be involved in any of it, and I don't give a shit, and I don't care. But, I mean, these are things that really people would do, right? Like, I'm not saying anything that's crazy. Like, you're like, I'm going to get you killed in jail. Oh, guess what? I just said that on live YouTube, and then I'm going to go do it. And then what if you get killed in jail? Are they not going to find this video of me saying I'm going to basically get you killed in jail? I mean, it's not what he said, but it's kind of what he's saying. It could lead to that, and if it does he bear some responsibility? So that's what makes me think this is all a game and it's not real. But then again, the Pat Buck situation is real, and he talked about that the same way he talks about this. He doesn't sound as angry as the Pat Buck situation. So, I don't know. But, dude, so you can, there's some speculation here still. But all I want to say is, well, let's hear the rest of it. Is there any more of the clip?
I've already got, you're going to see when he's arrested, and then you see that I filed a civil lawsuit. So, but if anyone thinks that that's what I would need to do to try to get attention, that is there's no positive.
He might be serious. I mean, dude, he might be serious. Maybe this is real. I'm starting to believe maybe it is real, and this is what he does. Okay.
That would come from that for me.
I mean, he believes this caller isn't a guy who trolls people and that he's, really a fan of him. You know what I mean? So he doesn't understand that either, so maybe Ryback just doesn't know. Ryback, reach out to me anytime. I will literally have an off-air conversation with you that will blow your mind about who's in your chat, who you talk to, what you're doing, what are people saying about you, and what happened with me and you going all the way back years ago. Okay? It can be an off-air, unrecorded conversation. I can talk to Ryback. I could even come on his show, and I could be Gumby. I could come on Ryback's show as Gumby the podcaster and not promote me, not promote anything I'm doing. I don't even want that. I just want him to literally hear and understand what's really going on. I would blow Ryback's mind if I could speak with him for 10 minutes, but he won't do it. He just won't do it. Invitation's always open. JoeCroninShow, yahoo.com. You can find me on Twitter at MetaWorld, What the fuck is my new Twitter? I don't even know. I'm always banned on Twitter. I can't remember my new Twitter fucking accounts. At Meta World Online. Go find me. Ryback, unblock me if you block me. DM me if you want. I don't care. I won't leak DMs. I won't tell anybody. I don't give a shit. I just want to do what's right. Men being men. You know what I mean? Let's be men. I walked up to you as a man to shake your hand and say, I'm sorry that, we did this and you got upset and it was a joke, and I would do it again. But I am saying, man, if you got a problem, fine, take a swing. I don't care. Beat me up if you have to. Now, JD, little bitch from New York, next to me, asked you for a picture after all this. I don't condone that. I thought that was lame as fuck. Yeah, Ryback, can we get a picture? That's what JD said. That's him. He's a pussy. Fuck him. He would never come up to you and shake your hand and attempt to apologize or anything like that. That guy's a midget. He's a scared troll. Fuck him in the ass. But as far as I go, I did the right thing and walked up to you, and then you cut a promo, and you told me to be better and be a better person and to not do things like that on the internet with the power of my audience and my reach. And I said, yeah, I understand you. I understand your perspective. But then the next day, you went on, threatened to kill me and said I should be dead, and you wanted to put me through a pit of spikes. And then you would say, oh, yeah, I mean, I'm just joking. It's obviously just a joke for the podcast. Yeah, that's what I do. It's a joke for the podcast, not real. That's why I'm not really mad at you about it. But you are a liar. You're basically fake. You have a double standard. So I would love to come on and square all this away if you like, but you won't. See, I will. I'm willing to do it. You aren't. And I was willing to do it when you had no following. I was willing to do it when you had no following. I was willing to do it when you had 5,000 subs. When I had 38,000 subs and you had about 3,000 subs, I was willing to do it. It wasn't about the views because I had more than you. So that's not what it's about. It's about doing the right thing and coming, actually talking and having a dialogue so that people know what's up. But see, I don't think Ryback's interested in a dialogue. And I don't care if it's off air. It could be off air and never be seen by anybody. Just me and Ryback would know about it behind the scenes. Like, Ryback would know where I stand. He would know. I would know where he stands, whatever. And then going forward, there'd be a whole new understanding that nobody would ever even know about. And I would never even tell anybody I talked to Ryback. I wouldn't even say it if he didn't want it. Because I believe in that 100%. It's not about anything but the truth. Trying to get the truth out of me and him. But whatever, I don't care. If he doesn't, fine. He hasn't in 5 years. What's going to change now? But and he called me trash. I don't disagree. I'm kind of a fucking trash bag. Fine, I agree. I'm a trash. I'm trash. I'm pretty much am trash. I mean, like, what am I gonna? You know what I mean? I created a podcast. I bought a house with it. You know what I mean? I have 3 little kids. By the way, my oldest son likes Ryback. My oldest son was a Ryback fan when he was little. I took him to wrestling. I did wrestling shows because I was a wrestler. Ryback doesn't know that. Ryback thinks I'm just I know nothing about anything. I was born in 1984. It's like I've been through wrestling for years, my whole entire life. Commentator, referee, I've done it all. Behind in a much in a non-successful way compared to Ryback. But what I have done that's successful is create a YouTube channel, and for it to be a full-time job for 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ryback lasted in WWE a short amount of time. Now he's on YouTube talking about it. I had my career for a hot 5 to 7 years that was really good on YouTube. I can relate. I get it. We're on the downward trend, both of us. It's fine. But again, if this kid gets arrested, this guy gets arrested, this stalker, psycho, sick piece of trash, and he's real, gets arrested, and there's a real document, all this stuff, and I can, it can be proved, I would literally advertise Ryback for like a year if he wanted. You know what I mean? But he won't even, dude, it's not, he thinks, who knows what he thinks? I don't even know. But anyway, I was sent this clip earlier, and it's very interesting.
With any of that, like, the backlash is so severe with that.
Of course.
So how is, in like the fact that the 2 things, my family and my dogs that I love more than anything, it just makes no sense with any of that. But that's what people like that do, man.
Well, Grimm's Toy does it with his family and kids and wife all the time. So it's really not that crazy. It's not that crazy. I'm not saying that's what Ryback is doing. It could be 100% real. It's happened to me too. Listen, I've done both. I've done storylines, and I've actually had my family and friends and people attacked. You know what I mean? I get it. So I'm not going to say, I've never sat here and said, every time I talk about this, I say maybe it's real though. Maybe it really is happening. Because it's happened to me, and I understand what it's like when it's happening to you and when it's happened to other people. So I've never straight up said that, oh, he's just 100%. I 100% no. I always come back and go, well, it could be true, but, whatever. Because maybe it is. I don't believe in absolutes because it could be true.
That's just he's literally cut from the same cloth as Chase.
Oh, so I'm the same as a stalker guy. I'm the same as the stalker guy who threatens everybody, and I'm cut from the same cloth, guys. I'm cut from the same cloth. I have 3 children. I have a wife. You know what I mean? I've been working since I was like 14 years old. I built a YouTube channel from nothing to 72,000 subscribers, over 70 million views. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here in this video right now, exploring all the possibilities, even saying I might be wrong about this, but I'm cut from the same cloth. I call into your show and threaten you. I take calls from doxers. Oh, wait, Ryback, that's you. Ryback, you take calls from trolls, from doxers, from people who have threatened my family and my life, and they threaten you, and you take their calls. I'm not saying that's this caller that's calling now, but in the past, I've seen other people that call you. That's like, I know who that guy is. And so many people. Last week, a guy called you. The guy literally was on Twitter threatening you and threatening me a year ago, and you took a call from the guy, and you say the guy's a great person. Like, it's like you don't even know like what's going on. Let's see the rest of it.
Minus the death threats. So it's like,
well, at least he said that. At least he said minus the death threats, because I don't want to death threat you. Now you threatened me. You said you would kill me in a pit of spikes, and you'd like to see me dead in a pit of spikes. So is that a death threat? So maybe Ryback, you've actually death threatened me. The death threats. I'm getting death threats. You guys remember when Sean's View was always lying, saying someone was trying to kill him? Guys, I'm getting the emotional distress. They're calling. I got the death threats. The death threats. The death threats. Come here, Brendan, for a second. Look at this. Ryback, look, this is my daughter. You know what I mean? Do I look like Chase? Okay, get out of here. Now, she might be Chase. I'll be there in a second, sweetheart. Listen, bro. We're all humans. If this is really happening to Ryback, I have nothing but sympathy. It's happened to me. It's happened to so many people I know. It's ridiculous. I don't think that Ryback should bring it to light if it's real. That's what I would not do that. So that's what makes me wonder, like, man, why would you put so much light on this guy if it's real? Why not just let it go in the background, let the investigation go, and laugh when he gets arrested? Do you know what I mean? But he's really making it public, which kind of makes me wonder, like, I don't know, man, maybe it's not real. So I hope you can understand from my point of view why this doesn't seem real. And if anything, you're getting content out of it. You know what I mean? And you're saying that you're going to go to jail and tell the people in the jail what this guy has said on the internet, and they're supposed to, I don't know what, beat him up in jail or rape him in jail or something. I don't know. But let me know.
Push away, move on.
Okay. I just wanted to touch on that part.
So that's beautiful. But anyway, it sounds like that's SC that called Ryback. So good journalism by SC, I suppose, or gaslighting. I don't know. What do you call it? But interesting. So, you know, all in all, I don't know what to tell you guys about it. I think I said everything I could say in this video. What do you guys think about this? Is Ryback, is this a big work and a lie, and this guy's not really, you know, doing this to him? Is this a sick thing that's actually happening to him, and this Chase guy should be probably beaten and destroyed? What do you think about Ryback telling inmates in the jails what he says about dogs? Is that going to be effective? Will this guy actually go to jail? Will I end up having to advertise Ryback's products for a year if I'm wrong, and saying an apology? I don't know. I hope it's not real and it is a work and it's funny, but it might not be, bro. I'm starting to actually believe Ryback here. I think this might be true because he did act the same way with Pat Buck, and he did act the same way with me. So it's almost like so what the third option here is he takes real events that are really happening and he sort of like adds to them and then spins it into a story that he can use. So maybe that's the truth. The truth is in the middle. When it comes to my issue with him years ago, he sort of like pretended something else was going on and then played victim and then cut a promo on me and used it. So, and then with Pat Buck, maybe the Pat Buck situation, he did the same thing and turned it into kind of a promo. Maybe this is real and terrible and awful, but he's sort of using it to turn it into a bit of a promo as well. So maybe that's what's going on, and that's the third option. What do you think? This is the Joe Cronin Show. Leave your comments down below, and if you guys really support me, leave a super thanks down below, and I will pin it to the top of the chat. Interested in the comments on this one? What do you think of what Ryback has said? Now, who do you think cut the better promo on me? Jim Cornette, who said I was, a Howard Stern ripoff garbage piece of crap, or Ryback, who called me trash? Do you agree? Ryback called me trash. Maybe I am. Maybe Ryback's trash. I don't know. Who's trash? Who's the bigger trash? Leave it in the comments down below. We'll see you in the next video.